According to Sports Pro, Caitlin Clark is the fourth most marketable athlete in the world. Yeah, not just female athlete, not just in the United States, but in the entire world.
Did you see what Caitlin Clark just did? She did not only sign a contract, she changed the standards for endorsements. Clark's recent $13 billion partnership is not only remarkable, but revolutionary. However, things start to get pretty interesting at this point because Clark makes some fairly notable moves. You won't believe how some WNBA players are responding to this potentially revolutionary deal. As we examine the drama, especially A.A. Wilson's response to women's basketball, stay tuned.
How? In what way? What does she sell out tens of thousands of Wilson basketballs in 40 minutes? I mean, what has A'ja Wilson done to say that she is worth every penny and then?
Wilson and High is releasing Caitlin Clark basketballs in eye-catching shades of purple and yellow. Fans will receive the Dreamer and Tribute versions in time for the holidays, making them the ideal present. Everyone is talking about this innovative partnership and striking advertisements.
Here, they just had this go, and this is the Hy-Vee Instagram account. Again, Wilson, Caitlin Clark, really smart, very cool video, lots of smiling faces.
Wilson's ability to spot brilliance is demonstrated by this $13 billion relationship. But Nike made a mistake. Wilson took a daring, game-changing decision when he noticed Caitlin Clark's potential early on. Let's go back to when Wilson signed Clark. It was a really wise decision.
Caitlin Clark just did something nobody has done since Michael Jordan. Wilson Sporting Goods signed the WNBA star to a multi-year deal. She's the first female athlete to have her own collection with Wilson, and it will be built similar to Jordan's collection in the 1980s that included those signature basketballs.
Wilson's acquisition of Caitlin Clark is a game changer. They took a big chance by doing something they had only ever done once with Michael Jordan. As soon as the agreement was made public and everyone started talking about it, social media went crazy. Wilson had recently brought about a revolution in women's athletics. That's when Clark got his first basketball. When it sold out in a matter of minutes, tens of thousands of basketballs were gone in an instant. This is a momentous occasion. After Michael Jordan, Caitlin Clark is just the second athlete in history to possess a Wilson basketball.
Only athlete to have a signature basketball with Wilson other than Michael freaking Jordan. Wilson's head of global partnership said, "We haven't done a deal of this magnitude since we did one with Michael Jordan 30 to 40.
Wilson won't stop there, though. Their goal was for Clark to learn something new about her. Her star power, her brilliance on the court, and her ability to engage with fans and make deals. Wilson is placing a large wager on Clark, and thus far it has been profitable.
I don't know that I can name an athlete in recent memory that is sold at this level. And there's the key, folks. Caitlin Clark moves products. Caitlin Clark moves merchandise. And here's what I was talking about too. They mentioned it here. Where in September, Wilson dropped the first Clark-inspired basketball. It sold out in under 40 minutes. Tens of thousands of basketballs snapped up almost instantly.
What does women's sports stand to gain from this significant shift? Businesses' perceptions of female athletes, how they market to sports fans, and how much they value women's sports in general are all changing. Clark is revolutionizing the sports industry not only on the court but also in boardrooms and marketing conferences. It appears that this Wilson agreement is just the start of all the basketballs and collaborations she has completed. As women's athletics get ready to advance, Wilson and Clark will have a very passive influence on the sport. Are you prepared to find out what comes next? Caitlin Clark has made a significant move by forming an association worth $13 billion. But here's the twist. Instead of entering into a personal contract, she convinced Wilson and Hay, the enormous Midwest grocery chain, to collaborate to grow women's sports.
Shout out to Wilson. I think we all really appreciate what Wilson has done. They seem to be the only business, the only entity that has taken Caitlin Clark at face value for what and who she is and the opportunities that can bring. Fully, completely embraced her, been great with their marketing. Product drops, I mean, I don't even know how many different basketballs now, but they've made multiple product drops with, limited quantity, I guess you could say. They're sold out right away. They keep doing.
You might think of a network of supermarkets, but they're not your typical business. They are a significant force in the retail sector, and the focus of their interest is Caitlin Clark. Moreover, they're doing more than simply printing her name on a cereal box. Instead, they are producing something wholly original and fascinating.
Here, Caitlin Clark lands $13 billion brand collab as WNBA stars bond with Will.
Apparently all of her basketballs or collabs that she's done.
Yeah.
At this moment, the thrilling part begins when High introduces unique, limited edition basketballs. Can you guess who is back in the running? These balls are referred to as the Clark Dreams and tribute Wilson basketballs due to their likeness to Clark. Off the field, Wilson and Hay are building a sort of super squad.
This is a collaboration with supermarket chain Hy-Vee. They rake in more than $13 billion annually. Huge company, just in time for the holidays.
But why is this such a significant issue? It is about what will happen to women's sports marketing in the future. This type of partnership is revolutionary and establishing a new benchmark for female athletes' interactions with big businesses. Remember that they have shown their dedication to Caitlin Clark's journey from the beginning by supporting her at every turn. While she was residing in Iowa, they made donations to the Caitlin Clark Foundation. As you may remember, in addition to signing a contract, Clark is helping to create goods that tell her narrative. Wilson claims that every ball symbolizes a different phase of Clark's growth, from her time at Iowa to her rise to WNBA fame. It makes sense because developing a brand is more important than advertising. She was named as the 4th most marketable athlete in the world by Sport Pro.
This is Hy-Vee has announced an exclusive, yeah, that's right, an exclusive drop of Caitlin Clark's Dreamer and Tribute Wilson basketballs. Very cool. Big deal. Good job, Wilson. You know they probably went and put this together. I mean, maybe Hy-Vee contacted Caitlin Clark first, but it's probably the type of thing.
Wilson and Hy-Vee support Clark. However, what about Nike? At this point, things start to become interesting. Fans were left wondering where the Clark shoes, tees, and major marketing campaign were after Nike signed him to a $28 million contract, despite the fact that you would think they would be all over this by now. It doesn't seem real.
Get this, Hy-Vee says it's making a donation to the Caitlin Clark Foundation in honor of her record. $35,690 will be donated. In Clark's basketball career, she's scored 3,569 points to beat the old record.
The fact that Clark is well-liked is hardly a secret. In the quick-paced world of sports marketing, every day that Nike fails to capitalize on Clark's star power is a day missed. Fans are willing to buy, but Nike isn't selling despite a 500% increase in her jersey sales.
At number 4, Caitlin Clark, LeBron James at 3, Vinicius Jr., who is a Brazilian soccer star, and number 1 being Simone Biles. As you can see, Caitlin Clark is the only WNBA player in the top 10, and she's actually the only WNBA player in the top 20.
Industry insiders are likewise baffled. They argue that Nike should produce shoe lines, place Clark's image on billboards, and take other steps, yet they seem to have ignored her. Where is the
strengthening the partnerships she's already built? From basketballs flying off shelves to multi-million-dollar endorsements, CC is at the forefront of athlete brand.
According to a new rumor, Nike wants to give A.A. Wilson's shoes priority over Caitlin Clark's, but this isn't feasible from a marketability standpoint. It's obvious that Caitlin Clark is superior to A.A. Wilson.
Her WNBA season has come and gone. And with that, Nike has not done one thing to promote her. We have not seen any commercials. We have not seen any ads. We have not seen any Caitlin Clark merchandise. And we for sure as hell have not seen any Caitlin Clark signature shoes. It is mind-blowing.
When Nike is in charge, here is where things start to get really strange. Wilson sells out basketballs in a couple of minutes, but other businesses are launching limited edition products. Like everyone else, Nike recognizes Clark's worth.
It's the shoe, folks. Where is it? Paige Becker recently landed her own signature shoe. Crappy shoe, but she got one. And yeah, you're right. Vocal. Of course, why not? We should be vocal. Absolutely ridiculous.
Hey. Clark is demonstrating that women's sports can generate substantial revenue. However, it appears like everyone is currently profiting from this, with the exception of Nike. What is the issue? Is the largest company in women's basketball, Nike, making a grave error, or do they have some knowledge that we don't?
Reports Nike wants to prioritize A'ja Wilson, and it fears the optics of giving a rookie a signature shoe before an already established star who just won league MVP for the third time. We have talked about this multiple times on my channel. Is A'ja Wilson currently the best player in the WNBA? Yes. Is Caitlin Clark currently the face of the WNBA? Yes. Do I think if A'ja Wilson dropped a shoe and Caitlin Clark dropped a shoe today at the very same time, that Caitlin Clark would outsell A'ja's shoe by 100 times? Yes, I think that would be.
Of all the athletes in history, she had the most incredible momentum. Additionally, Nike's inability to capitalize on that, the fact that they
Absolute and utter embarrassment. Nike should be shut down simply out of shame for the way they have treated Caitlin.
Can you picture yourself right now in the Nike boardroom? They have the most attractive basketball player, but they aren't using her. It would be like owning a Ferrari and keeping it in the garage. The story is not yet finished, though. Furthermore, envious in what appears to be a reaction to Caitlin Clark's incredible new contract, Wilson announced a 6-year contract extension with Nike. The announcement hasn't been ignored, though. Many believe that this agreement is motivated by jealousy and wonder if it can actually compete with Clark's unmatched market dominance. Social media is full of commentary. Wilson's deal is being referred to as a fraud by certain supporters. Even while some people are supporting her, opinions within the WNBA community about the significance of these partnerships in the emerging field of women's basketball are divided. Thank you for watching my video. Music.